Hey, Rod. Yeah. Guys, right here. Sure, yep.
Well, that's okay. Hi everyone, I'm Craig Inciardi. I'm the curator and director of acquisitions for the museum. Welcome everyone. Thank you for coming tonight. We're very excited that we have the Zombies here to dedicate our new exhibit. We're very happy to greet Hugh Grundy, Chris White, Colin Blunstone, Rod Argent, the founding members of the band here, and Tom Tooney, Steve Rodford, and Jim Rodford are also here. Thank you very much for coming, guys. Obviously, it looks like you're all really big fans. I just want to say a couple of brief things about the band. As you're all aware, the Zombies came through the British invasion to the United States in the early 1960s. And, you know, on one end of the British invasion, you had bands like the Animals, the Stones, the Yardbirds, who were playing blues. Sort of in the middle, you had the Beatles, consummate pop group, and then you had the Zombies, who were very sophisticated, and they created these gorgeous songs, some of them jazz tinged. So they really sort of helped fill out the musical spectrum of the British invasion. So I just wanted to tell everybody about the exhibit and how things came about. I've been working for the museum since 1991, long before the building actually opened. And I met the guys in the band at Rod's house in 1995. I don't know if you guys vaguely remember that. And at the time we were working on an exhibit about the British invasion. And they were incredibly charming and very generous and helped us put that exhibit together. So this is our new exhibit, and I just wanted to point out a few really interesting things, and then you can all look. We have Rod's original keyboard, which is up there. And we actually have one of his recording contracts. And he was a minor at the time, so his father actually had to co-sign for him, which which is something actually that happened with a lot of groups at the time. Bob Dylan, another artist whose parents had to co-sign the recording agreements and publishing contracts. The Zombies just completed a 26-date North American tour celebrating the 50th anniversary of the recording of their 1968 masterpiece, Odyssey and Oracle, which has earned its reputation on the top 100 of Rolling Stone magazine's greatest albums of all time. And there's also the release of their coffee table book, The Odyssey, The Zombies in Words and Images.
Beautiful.
I'd like to introduce Karen Herman, who's the Vice President of Collections and Curatorial at the museum. So I'm going to hand it off to Karen.
Thank you, Craig, and welcome. The Rock Hall's mission really is to engage, teach, and inspire through the power of music. And I can't think of a better way to do that than to celebrate the groundbreaking sound of the Zombies. And the best way to do that for us as creators of exhibitions is to launch this wonderful exhibition and also celebrate 2 wonderful donations from the members as well. I don't want to take a lot of time because I do want everyone to come up and say a few words. Now that you've seen the exhibit, we were standing back there before they said, well, when can we see it? And I said, well, I'll have to wait until you guys come out. So now that you guys have seen it, we'd love for you to say a few words on your own about the exhibit, about being here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Then what we'll do is we'll then turn it over to our champagne toast, and then we'll have a really fun rock trivia contest. I'm sorry? Oh, we're going to cut the ribbon. But first I'm going to say a few words. Oh, you're directing the... We're going to say, I'd like them to say a few words. We'll cut the ribbon, drink some champagne, and then have a really fun trivia contest through our education division. So...
Hi everyone. Let's sing it with the Zombies. It's just absolutely breathtaking to be here. When I think back to when we first got together, we were 15-year-old boys and just living just north of London with just a view of wanting to play music just for the fun of it. And the thought that we would be here all together 50 years later in this wonderful building amongst all these wonderful exhibits celebrating our career, it never, of course, even crossed our minds. I'm finding it difficult to believe it's happening now. I just want to thank you all for coming, and I'd love to thank on behalf of all of us the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for putting on this exhibition. So thanks so much for coming.
Well, Rob Argent here, and just looking up at some of these things. Chris's old bass, God, I remember those very early rehearsals in Hatfield. And is that the homemade bass, Chris?
Yeah.
No. Homemade bass. Paul's old guitar. Hugh, that's your original snare? Okay, you can talk about that. Yeah, fantastic. And that Hohner Pianet, which I loved for so many years, and used in Argent until it finally gave up the ghost. Until, I think if you try and play that now, you'll find one note plays it.
A bit like your style.
A bit like my style. No, it's just, it's great to be here, and I have to find my reading glasses to read the literature at the bottom because I'm not quite sure what any of that says. But to see the contract with my dad signing it, and I remember that happening at the time. And at the time, everybody just thought that a single had a 3 months life. And, you know, just to think that we're still playing it, other people are still playing it, people of the current generation are buying it 57 years or whatever it is later, is absolutely extraordinary. So thanks to everybody from every generation that's followed us all the way through and given us such a long life. Thank you so much, guys.
This is not something I normally do, I have to say, but I'm getting better at it over the years. First and foremost, it's just tremendous to be here with my friends and to see you people here thoroughly enjoying this, to see our exhibit now, in particular my snare drum, which was the snare drum that played on all the records we ever made, and indeed played on every live gig we ever did. And now it has all 5 signatures on it, including, of course, our dear departed Paul, whom we love very much. So once again, thank you very much for coming. Bless you.
There's not much more to say, except we'd like to mention one of the original members who died, Paul Atkinson, was one of the originals, and we'd just like to dedicate it to him as well. And I'd like to point out as well that that bass guitar we recorded, she's not there with that. Before, you know, we could afford real equipment, you know. Anyway, thank you very much for coming along.
Ceremonial cutting for Janet.
So hold first.
Hold them up and smile.
Champagne toast.
Stick around for the trivia, it's going to be great.
Not very